You want to know why you haven't learned Chinese? Let me tell you. It's because you're not taking advantage of right now. My name is Kwadwo. I'm creator here at elementarychinese.com, where I help you learn the everyday Chinese you need to get what you want. By the way, I do this live stream now twice a week, and I also do book reviews, and I'm interviewing expats about their favorite ways to learn Chinese, and it's my mission to help you learn Chinese. So this is a bit of a rant. Why is it that when people add me on Chinese, oh, by the way, this is a live stream, so say hi, tell me where you're watching from, and I want to know how I can help you. Leave questions. I can see them in a moment. I'll be looking at my screen, and we'll do Q&A. If you're on the replay, thanks for watching, but if you're here live, thanks for showing up. I'm here at 9 a.m. Chinese time, Tuesday mornings. Now, people are asking me on WeChat. They add me. And then they say, I want help learning Chinese. Or, I love your WeChat group. Let me in. Or, add me to your WeChat group, man. Or, how can I learn Chinese? Tell me. And then I give them advice. And then they're like, oh, it costs money. Or, oh, well, once my schedule gets free, or once I settle down, or once life magically gives me the opportunity to learn, or once the stars align. And I understand life is busy, but we don't get that now really matters. Like if you're going to the gym, here, I need to show you this. Guys, if you're gonna work out at the gym, right? Because you wanna get stronger, you gotta go lift the weights now, right? And part of this now thing is people will be like, well, I need to go and do some more research and look at some more books and decide the right app to use, and tell me about the best apps, and tell me about the... No. Do not give in to analysis paralysis, okay? You got to figure out that you're not going to figure out what's the best way. You got to attack it. Pick up the weight. Now. Start now. Just do something now. It doesn't matter if you're like, am I going to do this stretchy band to get muscles? Am I going to lift a kettlebell to get muscles? Just pick one up and start. Now, I don't want you to do something too difficult. Better to start easier than start hard, because your motivation needs to stay strong. But man, don't deceive yourself that you're going to do enough research and figure out and find the perfect way to learn. It's just not true. You must start now, and you must keep doing it now. It's like when you're on the subway commuting here in China, right? And you've only learned a few phrases because it's only the beginning of the year and you just studied intro Chinese at school, right? You're a beginner. Yet there's that person who's smiling at you because you look like a foreigner. Now, take the language that you have, even if it sucks, and speak now. It's just like picking up a weight. If it's too heavy for you, there's not going to be a magical time when that weight's not heavy. You have to do it now so you get stronger later. Otherwise, the school year's over and you don't have the progress you want. It's time to go back home to where you're from, and you got to face that question, hey, how good's your Mandarin? From that family member or that friend, because you flew all the way across the ocean to learn, right? And then you're going to come up with some excuse like, yeah, it's just, well, it's okay. It's not as good as I want it to be. I was busy at work, or my studies were demanding. My major was in English. They just didn't give me the Mandarin classes that I needed, or they only gave me an intro class and then I had to study in English, or my boss, just had me do so many new projects, or I was traveling, and it's because you didn't take advantage of now. I see your question, the history terp. I'm about to respond as I look online, but I need to finish my rant first. Take advantage of now. Don't wait. Don't suffer analysis paralysis. I like to play board games, and I would get beat by my friends who just would take action because I would be trying to think of the perfect way. I mean, hello, I'm preaching to myself. I create videos for you guys on YouTube. Do you know how much time I spend planning? And it's probably good. You appreciate that I plan quality videos, but still, you can plan forever. Just do it now. Go speak, go practice. ASL, American Sign Language, you're good at that. Great. But I bet you practice, right? So put in the work now. That's what I want to say to you guys. Take advantage of the now and don't wait till tomorrow. We're not guaranteed our tomorrows. What you are guaranteed of, or at least what you have most control of, is right now. So what can you do? Do you already have an app on your phone? Can you open it? I know you probably got Duolingo or Chinese Skill on your phone, right? Have you finished the app? Well, then open it up now and do one more section, okay? If you don't have an Chinese app on your phone, I'm not sure why you don't. Go get one right now from your app store, okay? But if you don't have one, do you have flashcards? Open up your flashcards or take your flashcards out of your pocket. Write something down. If you're in China, do you know how to ask somebody to write something down for you? If not, how come you haven't learned it? It's one phrase. 帮我写下来. Right? Help me write it down. And then the other phrase. What is that? 这是什么? Those two phrases right there, you can stack up your flashcards all day long. But how come you're not doing it? It's because you're not taking advantage of right now. Okay? Guess what? If you don't have an app on your phone, you don't have a flashcard app, you haven't made paper flashcards, you can still talk to yourself. You can mutter under your breath. Some people might think you're a little crazy, but just because you don't have a grasp of Chinese grammar just yet, or you're not native, doesn't mean you can't talk to yourself and reinforce whatever language you have learned. I'm done. Take advantage of now. You guys that are here live, we're going to start this Q&A portion. If you have a question, I want to hear it. How can I help you out? I'm here to help you out. I'm here to help you keep your language interest high, to help you learn the useful Chinese that matters, so that 2 years from now, you can still be learning. So let me pop open the group chat on YouTube so I can see your questions. And let's see what I can't respond to you for. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching, and I want you to know that you can learn Chinese long term. You just need to do and execute every day, and also, you do need to pick some good resources. That is part of it, is picking some good resources. But when I say a good resource, I mean one that's interesting to you. There's no time to force yourself to do these hard things or study books that just aren't interesting to you. Because why are you doing that? Like, there's no reason. There's not like some added benefit. You don't have to prove to your friends that you learned the hard way. You need to learn the interesting way. And keep going because of that, because you had high interest. All right, let's see here. History terp is just, that's why I haven't kept going. So many other things on my plate, 1 semester of it, and just need to pick the weights back up again. That's so true. Yeah, like that is so true. But when you're picking up the weights back again, are you picking up something that you can handle that's not going to break you? That's why I showed the 2 kettlebells right there. You know, that's why I showed those 2. You got to pick up the weights, but you got to pick up something that's suitable for you, that's not going to break you. That way you can still pick up weights tomorrow. And you have Duolingo. You use the integrated Chinese books. You took it. I like integrated Chinese books too. So, yeah. Oh, concentration in Spanish. You do a lot, history terp. So I just want to tell you, take advantage of the power of now. Don't wait. And what happens is when you keep stacking up a lot of nows, guess what? You build momentum. And momentum is a scary or beautiful thing. Scary or powerful. Absolutely terrifying in the hands of the wrong people, but wonderfully liberating and empowering in your hands, because you're the right person for learning Chinese. You started, finish what you start. Oh, speaking of start, my everyday Chinese WeChat group that people like, and the videos that I put in there that you've seen on Instagram and that you haven't seen because you're not a member of my everyday Chinese WeChat group, but videos of me in everyday Chinese life with Chinese characters and pinyin and English. I'm taking those videos and I put them on my new online course, speakeverydaychinese.com. You should go there, especially if you're not in China, because those phrases are the ones that I pull out of day-to-day life. My language gift and my ability, my superpower is I'm really good at listening to what Chinese people use in a specific situation to get the result that they want. Like, I'm always listening. People are like, how did you hear that? It's just I'm listening to what Chinese people are saying. And I'm really good at copying. And so that's basically all I do is I listen, I copy, and that's how I define fluency. Being able to use the right phrase at the right time to get the intended result. And now I've taken those videos and I put them up on speakeverydaychinese.com. So you can go there. It's like 50 RMB a month, which is like $7 US. You can watch those videos. You can learn not this esoteric kind of worthless knowledge. I mean, not worthless. Let me be careful. Esoteric in that very few people use it or understand it, and to me, worthless because it doesn't have daily value. Chinese culture is definitely worth something, but for me, if I can't use it in day-to-day life, I can't keep it in my brain, and I can't progress. So I have given you, and every week I will keep giving you more videos on speakeverydaychinese.com that are useful, day-to-day, practical videos for the situations you experience the most. That way you can level up your Chinese if you're prepping to come here, and if you're already here, it's the answer to your busy schedule, you know? Like, how many of you guys have ever had a tutor and had to spend like 4 weeks on the tones, right? Because your tutor doesn't think you're ready to go. And you're like, hey, I want to know how to talk to my taxi cab driver and tell him or her to go to multiple destinations, or to ask him or her to wait for me while I grab a bite at 7-Eleven. But then your tutor's like, no, you're not ready for that. But in lesson 40, you will be able to talk to a taxi cab driver. And I'm like, I'm an adult, take it. Teach me how to talk to the people I need to talk to every day now. And your tutor's like, well, don't worry, 1 year later. Ha 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 ha. SpeakEverydayChinese.com. What do you recommend to make it work there with my limited experience as a teacher? First, do you mean Le Fantôme? Oh, you're asking me about a question to go teach? I don't really know how to answer your question about teaching French to make it work. How I recommend you make it work is you go there with whatever savings you have and go find other French-speaking people, go to an Alliance Française and look on a job board. And if you can't teach French, then teach English. Like, you can get a job as a non-native English speaker teaching English. It's just more about how are you willing to hustle and look, and what are you willing to accept. But no job is permanent, so you can take one thing and your goal might be Z, and maybe you only take an E now, but then you go to H, and then you go to M later on, right? Like, move towards your goal. That's what I recommend. Back to Chinese questions. Good morning there. I am learning Nura Nana. Hi. You are learning everyday Chinese the first thing you do in the morning. That's powerful. Like, you wake up, you do what matters most to you. Like, I hear and read so much about morning routines. Like, yeah, fit everyday Chinese into your morning routine. Just review what you did the past day, even. Just say a couple words, even if it's just 5 words. That's still 5 words more than 0. And there's the language benefit, but then there's also the emotional benefit. Because then, as it's already 11 a.m., you can look back and be like, you know, I did it. I did learn those words. All right, I'm doing this thing. It's kind of like when you sleep in till 1. It might feel enticingly good, but then you're like, I wasted my day. And you do that for like 3 days, and you start to just feel lazy. But when you build that momentum of doing the thing that you really have in your heart, man, it just keeps picking up and keeps pushing you forward. Okay, that's it. Comment, please, like this video because it really helps. And if you want to see how I pass the HSK, click or tap that video right there. Thank you for liking my channel and watching more of my content. I will be here live 9 a.m. Tuesday mornings, China time. This is Kwadwo, elementary Chinese. Good study. Day up. See, I'm trying to turn this camera off and it's not working. You guys take care, all right? Bye.